Yeah, I live in a slop pile, but it works.
Come on in. It's a little messy, but...
Damn, you live like this?
Hello friends, trace amounts of science. Today we're getting back into some classics, some r/neckbeard stories. I do believe they are one-offs that we haven't done before. So I'm excited to get back to my roots, and I'm excited to take my little friend Gubbins here along for the ride. Are you excited to beat up some neckbeards today, little buddy?
Excited for neckbeard battle. Protect chief. Crush cringe. With honor and fire. Gubbins leads tribe. Fierce and ready.
Fierce and ready always. Gubbins. I'll let him pretend that he's leading the tribe today. That's fine. I'll take a back seat. We do like a nice chill one. So let's get into it. Thanks so much for being here. I'll see you over there shortly. Bullbeard one-off. And I like that you tagged it as a one-off. I know exactly what to look for. Sup everybody, it's me, the magic fungus man. Yes, good to meet you, user all-knowing fungus. It's pretty awesome username, to be fair.
I'm positive there's some fungus growing over there.
First time post, been lurking in the Discord for a while, yada yada yada. Sorry for my grammar mistakes. I've never written a long-form story on Reddit before, so I'm just gonna say that this is practice for the eventual cat-girl legbeard story that I have. Something to get my feet in the water, per se. Yeah, come on in, the cringe pool's fine. Intro. This story takes place at the boot store that I work at. It's holiday season, so that means a lot of new seasonal employees, and because I've been working there for a little more than 2 years, I get the honor of showing the newbies the ropes. Nothing too difficult, just let them shadow me and show them where all the items are located. Nothing too fancy. This recent story follows up one of these seasonal employees that I dubbed Bullbeard. Why Bullbeard? Because he said he rode bulls, and yeah, he talks a lot of bull crap. With all that being said, let me tell you of how I met this specimen. Our first encounter. It was the Wednesday before Black Friday. Just clocked in for my shift, and my manager walks up to me. Manager, hey OP, we have a new recruit joining us today. His name is Bullbeard. He's going to be shadowing you today. OP says, okay, sure, no problem. Now, I don't like to judge people by how they look, and to be fair, he didn't totally scream neckbeard to me. I mean, he did have a shitty unkempt beard, and he was kind of chubby, but appearances do not a beard make. So, I gave him a nice southern welcome. OP, hi, I'm OP. Nice to meet you, buddy. I give him a firm handshake, like you do. Not only did his finger resemble sausages, but they were also just as greasy. Bullbeard, hey OP, I'm Bullbeard. OP, nice to meet you. You're gonna shadow me today. I'm gonna show you around and teach you how to talk to the customers. After the tour, we stop near the Western Clothing, and I start to chat with him, trying to get to know him and whatnot. Well, there's your first mistake. We are co-workers, not friends. Let's get that straight right now. Outside of this place, you don't exist to me. Is it a shitty way to be? Well, I'll tell you this. It's gotten me this far. I'm gonna stick with it. But OP pries and says, so, what made you want to join the boot store? Oh, it was a dream of mine ever since I was a little bitty baby to be a boot store salesman.
That was my childhood dream.
I mean, it's a noble profession, you know? But I don't necessarily think it's something people go out of their way to pursue, if you feel me. Bullbeard just says, I like boots. I also ride bulls. OP says, that's pretty sick, man. I didn't notice anything off while we were talking until I realized how close he was standing to me. The space between us was only about a foot. Definitely close enough for the smell to hit. A mixture of body odor and a touch of dog shit. Not only that, but his breath stunk something fierce. To try and mask the horrid smell, I started chewing on one of my cinnamon-flavored toothpicks, hoping the taste and burn of cinnamon on my lips would be enough of a distraction. I don't know if a cinnamon toothpick's gonna do it, man. It seems like we're in this thing for the long haul. You know what I mean? Bullbeard says, "Hey, you want to see my girlfriend?"
I'm not sure I'm interested in that. No, I am sure. I am not interested in that.
He's got a lot of non sequiturs. OP says, yeah, sure. He shows me a picture, and it was him, standing next to a short blonde woman. Nothing too special, and honestly, yeah, I didn't really give a fuck. I just said, "Oh, cute, Bullbeard." "Are you saying my girlfriend's cute, bro?" OP, "No, I'm just saying y'all look cute together." Bullbeard, "Good, 'cause she's mine." Yeah, we established that. What? You're gonna show me the picture and then get insecure over the picture? There's truly no winning move here. You call her cute, he gets mad. You call her mid, he gets mad. I'm just trying to follow the social contract, okay? Can you help me out with that? OP just says, "Yeah, I understand, dude. No worries." Bullbeard, "I can tell you don't have a woman, so stay away from mine." OP, "Uh-huh. No worries there, amigo." 'Cause she mid. Well, he was right. I didn't have a girlfriend at the time. I was hardly interested in his sloppy seconds. Well, that's nice and dehumanizing to the girlfriend who did nothing wrong, really. Oh well. Sometimes we see red. Sometimes there's a little bit of collateral damage. OP says I basically rolled my eyes and continued on with my shift. He followed and helped with simple stuff, like folding clothes and making sure that the boots were straight. The part that really bothered me was that he followed really close. Like, I could feel his breath on my neck. Now, I'm not sure if he's special needs or anything, so I kindly asked him to just back up, because you're bursting my bubble. Also, he wouldn't stop asking questions about, like, basic self-explanatory shit, like how to fold pants, after I just showed him about 10 times in a row. Besides that, the shift came and went like any other. Yes, but little did you realize this is the shift where everything changes. Now you have to deal with that fucking weirdo every time you go to work. What was once probably an enjoyable job is now a misery, thanks to Bullbeard. Anyway, flash forward to Black Friday. I worked most of the shift during the late morning and early evening. Bullbeard wasn't scheduled till the evening, so I didn't have to deal with him too much. During this 4-hour period, I made about $4,500 in sales by busting my ass and helping customers. Are you getting commission on these boots? Otherwise, the sales don't really matter to me. Offer me a percentage, okay? Incentivize me to care.
Reward will be great. Behold! Whoopsie. Now behold.
Next thing I know, Bullbeard walks in. 30 minutes pass, and he's almost at $3,000. What the fuck? The math wasn't mathing. It's not like he was putting his name under other employees' sales. He doesn't even know how to work a register. Now, for a quick explanation, we work a flat hourly rate and a form of commission. Hey, there you go, up top. Fucking love to see it. You can always tell who works on commission, because they get excited by sales. Remind me of my days at Radio Shack hawking cell phones. OP continues. Whenever we help a customer, we politely ask them to tell the register person that we helped out, and that's how we get our sales and commission. Seems like a system rife for abuse. We've had a lot of problems with people stealing sales by placing their own names instead of the person that actually helped the customer. See? We could still check the sales at any time, so it's not hard to tell when someone is stealing sales. Hell, I once caught an assistant manager stealing my sale. I called her out on it too, but that's a different story. I'll be honest, I don't know if I like what commission has done to your workplace, you know? It gives off like car salesman vibes. A bunch of backbiting and all this. At Radio Shack, I used to give away the phone sales. I'm like, I don't want to activate 4 phones. Let's go 50-50. Bam. They'd get me back when they could. That's called synergy. Anywho, OP says, I was wondering, how the fuck did this newbie that doesn't know piss from shit make almost as much as me on his second day of work? Well, after watching him, I got my answer. He would wait until another employee was done helping a customer, and once the employee walked off after lending a hand, he would ask the customer if he could take the customer's item to the register for them. Once at the register, he would say that he helped the customer and that it was his sale. Sounds to me like he's gonna fit right in around here. OP says, after I saw him do all that, I approached him. And I said, hey buddy, I know you're new, but I want to make something clear. You only get the sale if you help the customer find the item they're gonna purchase. Bringing the item to the register does not count as a purchase. Bullbeard, oh, sorry, OP. OP, it's cool. Just since it's the holiday, they're cracking down on people stealing sales, and you could get written up. I like that twist. Make it seem like a selfless thing. Like, hey bro, I'm only saying this for your benefit. After that, the shift continued. A few times I was working the register, and Bullbeard walks up with a customer. Bullbeard, hey OP, can you check him out? I helped him out the whole time. After the customer confirmed that he did indeed help, I started the process of ringing it all up. I shortly noticed that Bullbeard was standing right behind me, his rancid, warm breath hitting the back of my neck. Yeah, why does your breath always smell like rotted meat? Just like an old hound dog without any teeth. Gets all stuck in your gums. Just stay away from me, please. OP says, do you need something? Bullbeard, no. OP, can you back off then? Bullbeard, I'm just making sure you're not stealing my sale. Yeah, this is a really good look in front of the customers. You fucking people. Nobody wants to hear about this, alright? I'm not picking favorites. I don't care who actually gets the commission money. Just give me my fucking boots and let me go. OP says, I'm not stealing your sale. And Bullbeard says, well, I'm just making sure. And OP says, okay, you can leave now. He then walks off. I didn't feel like getting into it with him, so I let it slide. My shift ended and I went home. Flash forward the following Sunday. I learned from other employees that he in fact did not stop stealing sales. I mean, it's free money, dude. They haven't written me up for it yet. Like, it's a shitty way to go through life, but there's a shitty part of myself that can see eye to eye with how Bullbeard is thinking. It did suck, but I told them it is what it is and to go tell the manager. Now that he was on my shit list, I tried to avoid contact with him. This is when he walked up to me. Bullbeard, hey OP. OP, howdy. Bullbeard, you know the female employees? OP, yeah, before y'all got here, there was like 12 employees total, and I was the only male. Bullbeard, well, what do you think about them? Oh, God. You want to shit right where you eat, don't you, Bullbeard?
Pathetic.
Well, you know what? Go ahead, because you're not going to get with any of them. They're going to report you to HR, and then you're not going to be my problem anymore. So I say, go for it, buddy! OP says, some of those girls are like a second family to me. I've known them for a while. Bullbeard, well, none of them are too pretty. OP, what? Bullbeard, like, they're all ugly, and they got no ass. OP, what the fuck they're your coworkers now. Don't say that stuff. Plus, don't you have a girlfriend? Bullbeard, well, you're my friend. I've only known him for 3 days at most. So let me tell you something. She isn't actually my girlfriend. She's just a girl I talk to sometimes. She totally stalks me on Snapchat. I have my own reasons to believe it's the exact inverse of what you said, but go off, I guess. OP says, what exactly the hell? And if her stalking bothers you, just turn off location on Snapchat. Bullbeard, well then I can't see her location. And I like to know where she is. You guys have a really weird thing going on, and I'm not going to get involved, thank you. After a few months of watching ReddX, I started to develop the beard alarm around certain people, and yeah, this guy was making it ring full blast. Not having the energy for this and wanting to nip this in the bud as soon as possible, I put my foot down and laid it out straight. First off, we're not friends. I literally met you like a week ago. Second, I don't ever want to hear you say another word about any of the female employees here. Third, work your own damn sales and stop stealing others, you leech. Lastly, just stay away from me. If you see me, turn around and walk away. Piss off. I guess my words landed because he did stop talking to me. Lately, he's been calling out of work most days, and when he is working, he asks if he can leave early. I asked my manager if he's gonna stay, and yeah, she's definitely getting rid of him after the holiday season. She's also not scheduling him as often as others. I let it slip to her about his comment about the female employees, and yeah, she wasn't amused. Well, now most of the coworkers can't stand him, and after Christmas, he's leaving. I would find out later the only reason that he was hired was because that we were understaffed, and he was a disparate hirer. What does that mean? He's in like Section 8 housing or something? He's a handicapped or disabled veteran? I need you to be more specific. Opie says, I know it's not too exciting of a story, but I hope it was cringe enough for y'all. Was for me. Like I said, this was mainly practice for the beard story I actually want to tell. Feel free to leave critiques. That'll only make me a better writer. Hopefully the next time I post here, it will be said catgirl legbeard story. Thank you all for reading. TLDR, beard science helped me spot a wild neckbeard. Yes, well, you're welcome for that. I'm glad that it was mercifully short, honestly. A holiday season, I guess I can stomach it, especially when he's calling out of work all the time. I don't have a whole lot to say, because like I said, it's a chill one. It's not a spine powder, but I'm totally okay with that today. How did you feel about it, Gubbins? Were you into bullbeard in any way?
First, bullbeard, not beard of honor. No, him be beard of filth. Him breeds stink clouds of decay, creep like spore-infested slime mold. Him hands sausage tendrils of greased despair. Wow, bad microbes. Bullbeard, you lack proper boundaries. You drip greasy malaise upon all you touch. You cannot leech forever, for host immune system has recognized you as invader, and now you will be engulfed.
Okay. Good luck with the engulfing. Honestly, if he's a greasy sausage tendril man, then he'll be delicious to engulf. That stands to reason, doesn't it? So I look forward to all of that. Good! One less thing, as far as I'm concerned. Story looking a little short, though. So I guess we'll try to pack maybe one or two more in here. Let's see how that goes. Story 1! The neckbeard roommate. And we can definitely fit story 2 into the same video. So good. Perfect. Exactly what I'm looking for. Welcome to the stage, user Ash Skyra. I have 2 neckbeard stories that I still remember to this day more than 10 years later. I probably have more, but these are the 2 that stand out the most in my memory. The neckbeard roommate and the neckbeard that bathed in Axe and stank up my car. I'll probably share the second story a bit later, but this story is about that neckbeard roommate. Sometime circa 2005 to 2007-ish, my ex-girlfriend and I were looking to move out of her homophobic mother's house and get our very own apartment as a couple of 20-somethings. Yeah, we got a couple years before the housing crisis. Let's have some fun!
Oh yeah, why not? Just do it. Be young, have fun, stay cool.
There's a lot of drama and backstory to all of that, and we were pretty much willing to take anything at that time. Given that it was during my living with my abusive ex era, I didn't exactly have the best judge of people at that time, at least in hindsight. Well, that's some good introspection, even if it is all in hindsight. Backstory aside, my ex had a guy friend whose father was looking to rent out his 3-bedroom house so that his son wasn't responsible for the entire mortgage alone, or something along those lines. We never really asked for their financial story, honestly. Yeah, you need to vet these things way better. Desperation might have you making some dumb moves out here. So there was an immediate availability for one of the bedrooms, the master bedroom, as the former tenants had moved out and left a disgusting mess, but it would be perfect for 2 girls to move into together since they were sharing the space. The other 2 rooms were occupied by a couple of dudes in their 20s, and the son of the owner himself lived in this weird, like, basement/den section of the house. Oh, I think we can guess which one's probably the neckbeard, can't we?
That's him, officer. That's the pointy-eared dark elf right there stinking up this fine...
Why is it always a basement den? Going subterranean is not the answer. OP says this guy was a gamer. My girlfriend and I were as well, so we got along decently enough with the dude. And one of the other guy's roommates was too, but I don't recall any socializing with the other roommate, as our interests were just not really aligned. It happens. It's fine, right? Yeah, fuck it, we're roommates, not married. We don't have to do anything together. Give me what you owe on rent and get the hell out of my face. OP says, what I do remember was being one of the only girls in the house of 3 other dudes, and that meant that they expected us to clean up after them, which obviously we didn't, so the house was always a disgusting mess. Think like typical bachelor pad, but much worse. My ex and I took care of our own shit, dishes, cooking, etc., and while not ideal, we made it work. Yeah, I live in a slop pile, but it works.
Come on in. It's a little messy, but...
Damn, bitch. You live like this?
I don't want to be the one to clean either, because yeah, it's just an endless cycle. You clean it up once, now you feel entitled to it. Nope, forget about it. Let's all die together. Barricade the door with pizza boxes and light it all on fire. OP says, but Neckbeard was the star of this story. He was so severely overweight, and while my ex at the time was also overweight herself, I was barely 110 pounds and short as fuck, so he'd always make passive statements at me about needing a girlfriend, and about how my ex is so lucky to have me, and that he was so lonely and needed to find a nice girl, etc., etc. I brushed off the comments because he never outright said anything directly to me. No, he reserved that for my ex instead. He'd outright comment directly to her, "Hey, ex, we should just bang it out. Hey, ex, you're so chill. We should just bone and stuff." He was, not subtle about it at all. It was gross.
I promise to stay away from your girl, but I can't promise she's gonna stay away from me.
Well, are we that surprised? Disgusting human outside, disgusting human inside, disgusting human living conditions. You're seeing the pattern, right? Not to mention the fact that both of us were in a relationship with each other. We later found out the only reason he never explicitly propositioned me was because he knew that I was not in his league. But my ex, who was about 100 pounds heavier than me, oh yeah, he figured that she might have enough self-esteem issues to agree to do the dirty with him, and had no qualms saying so in front of her active girlfriend. I mean, he presumes that you're not going to walk up and karate chop him in the throat over it. Prove him wrong.
Huh? I didn't hear what you said. Huh? What'd you say?
That's what I suggest. One time. That's all it'll take. OP says there was one time we were all getting drunk at a party, and he decided to brag about how big his dog was. It was like more than 8 inches or something like that. And he tried to convince us to do him using that, I guess. I don't really understand the logic, but I remember my ex being high and drunk off her ass, and I was drunk too, just laughing at him, not believing a word he was saying, and calling him out on it while making fun of him. Eventually, my drunk ass told him, "Go ahead and whip it out and prove it," which he totally did. To which I then spent the next 10 minutes laughing my ass off at his tiny, shriveled mushroom. Oh, that's unfortunate. 8 centimeters, maybe. You're using the wrong side of the ruler.
We're talking about penis size. We can't just use a tape measure. We need a scale and a protractor as well.
I insisted that there was no way he had enough blood in his body to make that 2-inch soldier grow that much. Yeah, 400%? I'm sorry, dude. It's not happening. I understand growers and showers, but I also understand physics on some level, and this is not happening. Drunk me was hilarious, but he stopped passively trying to hit on me after that. My ex, not so much. We eventually moved out a few months later. Thank God. Yeah, easy escape, right? Personally, that sounds like a really hellish situation to have to live in. Every day you wake up and you're just like, I'm gonna get hit on by a fucking 300-pound land whale. He's gonna objectify myself and my partner, and everything's gonna be horrible. So I'm glad you got up and out. Honestly, I think laughing at his face is probably one of the only things that can shrink his clearly oversized ego and undersized mushroom. What did you think about all that, Gubbins?
Wag, this beard creature full of delusion and filth. Thinking size matter when him got no charisma, no respect, only mushroom of shame. Gubbins detects massive inflammation of ego, no cure but pure humiliation, and host delivered perfect antibody, laughter, good engulfing, supreme host.
Supreme host. He used to call me soft cheeks. I don't know what's that. The AI is evolving in weird ways. But I really love mushroom of shame. Only Gubbins can come up with mushroom of shame. But indeed, I think we roasted him up pretty good, and hopefully he can learn some lessons from that, improve in the future, although I'm not all that hopeful, honestly. Let's get into the other story that this OP wrote, and I'll see you over there. Story 2, The Neckbeard Date. I don't know if you should go on that date. It doesn't sound like a good time. OP says, as promised, story number 2. This is the story about the neckbeard that bathed in Axe body spray and stank up my car. Or how my neckbeard date ruined Guardians of the Galaxy for me the first time. Yeah, I mean, sure, your date smells like shit, but have you seen Baby Groot? I am Groot. That doesn't distract you? Oh, it's the first Guardians of the Galaxy. There's no Baby Groot yet. I guess Gubbins is sort of my Baby Groot. Anyway, Neckbeard was the brother of my former best friend at the time. So when it was clear that her brother had a crush on me, and we had some of the same interests in common, such as anime, video games, etc., I decided to humor him and go out on a date with the boy. I was on decent enough terms with him, nice enough to him and all, but he wasn't traditionally my type. Plus, the whole never showering thing, yeah, I found that exceptionally gross. I think that was most of the reason he's not your type, right? Or is he just like hideously ugly? She's like, I love your nerd brain, but can we just put it in like a hot guy? Nope, you have to corrupt your own hot guy. Go to the gym, lure him away to a D&D session. It's like a custom character creation menu, except with a lot more steps because it's in real life. OP says, and Neckbeard's sister, my former best friend at the time, was not shy about letting him know that he had some major hygiene issues, or lack thereof. No, trust me, OP, there is no lack of hygiene issues here, okay? I see nothing but hygiene issues. Fast forward to the opening weekend of Guardians of the Galaxy, and in my state, we still operate drive-in theaters. Neat! So you bet your ass I was hyped to see this in my brand new car the first spring/summer the drive-in was open. I figured going to a drive-in movie would be an enjoyable way to go on a date with a neckbeard, since I'd wanted to give him the benefit of the doubt, and because his sister was somebody I adored at the time, it was worth the risk in my eyes. Boy, was I wrong about all that shit. So from the beginning, Bestie said she told him to take a shower before I came to pick him up, which he refused to do. Do you really think people can't everybody can fucking tell, bro. Instead, he drowned himself in so much Axe body spray that I was shocked that he could even breathe. I don't know how I managed to. So I picked him up, and immediately I realized that this was not going to be a pleasant experience. Yeah, in a metal coffin. And you have to breathe in what is essentially just a corpse covered in patchouli oil. But I'm still trying to be optimistic, and I figured I could at least do this date and then, ghost him going forwards when it didn't work out. I wouldn't have to feel guilty about not giving the dude a chance. We got to the drive-in, and I rolled down both of the windows because, it was just that fucking bad. Eventually, I could barely breathe, so I made some excuse about wanting to sit outside and basically told him, "You just sit in here. I'm gonna sit outside, beside the car." I mean, weird, sure, maybe, but I was desperate for fresh air. So I sit beside my car door until I heard the passenger side door open and close, and I realized with a sinking feeling that Neckbeard was coming over to my side of the car to join me on the grass. Yeah, he doesn't want to blow his chances on this date. Little did he know, he blew his chances an hour before the date started.
Game over, yeah!
That's wonderful. I make a point to tell him that I would like some space when he tries to sit, almost right next to me, but begrudgingly he sits a few paces away from me, and we sit and watch the movie on the grass beside my driver's side door. And even with the fresh air, it was still bad. And it was only slightly less potent than being inside my car in that enclosed space with him. Eventually, with my terrible luck, it starts to rain, so I'm forced to go back inside the car with him. So we pile into the stink can. And then stink can's hilarious. This repeats for about 2 more times during the entire course of the movie, and I even declined staying for the free second movie after the first was over, as there was no way I was going to suffer through another 2 hours of this stank. The way the drive-in worked, you paid for 1 showing, and if you decided to stay for the second movie, then you got 2 showings for the price of 1. I gotta wonder what ticket costs, but then again, I don't want to spend 4 hours of my day watching fucking Screen. I'm good, thanks. OP says, after I dropped him off at home, I left all the windows down in my car throughout the night to air out, and it was still nasty the next day. It took literal days of airing out my car to get that ripe stench to finally fade. And you bet your ass, I went back a week or 2 after the smell had cleared and went and saw the movie again, by myself, alone, so I could actually enjoy the experience the second time. Yeah, go to a movie with yourself. That's one of the best things that you could do by yourself. I do remember my days of being just a stinky gutter punk kid that really didn't give a shit. But I knew that I smelled, I just didn't care enough. This guy's thinking he's pulling some sort of subterfuge. Nobody will smell my horrible sweaty ass if I just spray enough Axe in it. Dude, come on. Just rinse it off, alright? You got a date with a nice girl, basically a pity date. You don't want to make it count? You don't want to even try? Come on. Any final words of wisdom for the day, Gubbins, or are we out of here?
Whoa. Axe Neckbeard, this one not bathe, but think spray can erase stink. No, foolish beard, just marinate in own filth, become mobile biohazard. Gubbins detects high-level toxic cloud. Even host's car became quarantine zone. Filth so powerful it ruined movie. Unforgivable. Next time, engage emergency evacuation protocol. Launch beard from vehicle.
Marinate in his own filth. Gubbins is feeling poetic lately. I'm sort of digging it, but maybe I have to dumb him down a little bit. Use too many big word.
I waste time, say lot word when few word do trick.
Anyway, check out the Spotify if you want. Join us over on Patreon or YouTube memberships. I appreciate you watching the video. Maybe share it around if you know somebody that would enjoy it. Finally, I'd like to remind you, friends, that you are loved, you are worthy, you definitely deserve it, and I shall see you at the next one. So until then, bye-bye.
何バカ何バカ何バカ何バカ